how's it going? It's good to see you. I got the DigiTech Whammy pedal here. This is actually the 4th generation. I got this forever ago, probably 12 or 13 years ago. They don't even make this anymore. But yeah, this is a really cool pedal, and I'm gonna show you everything I know about how to use it. The first thing that we'll talk about is just what it does. Basically, it's a pitch shifter and a harmonizer. So in simple terms, you can bring it up by 2 octaves, by 1 octave, down 1 octave. You can harmonize in octaves, 5s and 4ths, 5s and 7ths, and so on and so forth. You can see some of the effects right here. But you know, it's most famously associated with Tom Morello, and he's probably the guy that used it the most and really made it popular and really took it to the next level with this pedal. So the first thing I'm going to tell you about is how to power it. Now, this is the 4th version. So what that means is that this actually takes 9 volts of power, but it's alternating current. So that means it's not at 9 AC to DC like most power supplies. It's just straight up alternating current. So what does that mean? That means that you got to use a special kind of adapter that I don't really have many of them around. I lost the DigiTech Whammy one years ago, so now I'm using the Line 6. This is the Line 6 alternating current adapter for the whatever it's called, the Line 6 pod. Yeah, that's what it's called, the pod system. And so I've been using this for the Whammy. So for that reason, I would recommend that you don't get the 4th version, because it's kind of a pain to power, because you won't be able to use your regular power supply, right? I would recommend getting the Whammy 5 or the Droptune, because they actually use the standard AC to DC 9-volt adapter that most other pedals use. So how do you set this thing up in your signal chain? Well, like most pitch shifting pedals, I put it usually right with the filters. So as you can see in this image right here, I have the pitch shifter right after my envelope filter from Electro Harmonics. I find this is the best way to get the best out of the pitch shifter. What that looks like on my board, you're gonna have to forgive me because because I'm making videos, it's a mess. But my pitch shifter, it's gonna go, I have these 2 big cables right here, and so I have it connected way over here. That way I can film it when I'm using it. But yeah, that's kind of how my setup ends up looking at the end of the day. So I'm going to run you through some of the sounds on this thing, because the thing about this pedal is that it's unbelievably fun to use. Right now I've got the octave setting on, so it's kind of like a bass guitar. Let's put it on, let's try 2 octaves up. I gotta turn that down a little bit before my neighbor gets mad. Let's try, let's go 2 octaves down. It's like a dive bomb, essentially. Although there's a separate setting for that, too. Let's try the dive bomb now. And also you can drop it down by a full step. Let's try some harmonies now. Octave up, octave down. And you get the 5s and 4ths. Let's go down to, let's do something weird. We'll go to like seconds and thirds. See me, I usually avoid the dissonant stuff. I usually try and keep it to like fourths and fifths. For me, that's just too out there. That sounds like, that reminds me of Rage Against the Machine. And we'll try something like that. Yeah, man, that's too much for me. But you can do all kinds of crazy stuff with this thing. I usually keep it to octaves, fourths and fifths, and then I use the octave feature. It's also great for making bass lines, which I'll show you how to do right now. If you want to use it as a bass guitar, it's as simple as just putting it one octave down. And then you can either use an EQ pedal, like you know, a source audio EQ, and then you just drop out all the upper mids and the upper frequencies. Or you can do it in post-processing, like in GarageBand or Logic or FL Studio. And you just do the exact same thing. You cut out the upper mids and the highs, and then that'll make it pretty much sound exactly like a bass guitar. Not exactly, but pretty good. Another important thing about this pedal, and really any pedal for that matter, is that you don't want to be missing these rubber feet, because like when I was trying to play earlier without these rubber feet, this thing was moving everywhere. So I highly recommend that if you've lost your rubber feet like I have, make sure you get some of those on Amazon or elsewhere. Otherwise, the pedal is almost useless. Not quite, you can put it on a mat or a pedal board, but if you just have it on the floor, it's going to be a tough time. And you might even scratch your floor because like there's the ends on it. So make sure you get those. The only problem I have with this pedal is that very digital sounding. But I mean, that comes with the territory, considering what it's doing, right? And in effect, that is what it's doing. The whammy pedal, it's copying your signal, it's duplicating the signal and making it in a digital format. And then once it's digital, it does all the effects to it, you know, pitches it up an octave, pitches it down an octave. So essentially, you know, it is a digital effect. So if you ever run into an issue with your whammy pedal, let me just move that camera a bit, where for whatever reason it's just not working properly, like the rocker isn't responding in the way that it should, you probably need to calibrate it. So if you want to calibrate it, what you want to do is you take your power source out like this, and you hold down on it. You hold down on your switch, and then you plug your power source back in. And what that's going to do is it's going to light up a bunch of time like that. And then you just want to rock the expression back and forth like this. And that's basically how you calibrate it.